Okay, we're back. Let's see how well you did. So looking at these two problems, how does inserting parentheses change the order we saw them? So let's see how well you did. So let's look at the first one. For this problem, you need to do the exponent first, then multiply. That was the order. Now I have to tell you something very, 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 very important. When you don't have parentheses, the exponent only applies to the number directly in front. That 3 only applies to the x, not the 2. Only the number in front, okay? So you have to do this first. E comes before multiplying. So you have to do the exponent, then multiply. But here you had to multiply first because 2 times x is inside the parentheses. You have to multiply first, then the exponent. That's it. Simple. That's all you had to do. If you were more elaborate, fine, great, wonderful. But that's all I was wanting, just for you to know the difference. Okay, so I'm going to show you an example. I'm going to model what I expect from you. Okay, so please pay attention. So we're going to solve this problem, both of these, when x is assigned the value of 3. So remember our 3-step process we talked about with exponents. You first substitute the numbers in. So instead of x, I plugged in 3. Here, plugged in 3. Brought everything else down. Step 2 is show your work using PEMDAS. So exponents come before multiplying. So you have to do the exponents first. Here, because it's multiplying is in the parentheses, you got to do that first. So this is what it looks like. So you're going to take 3 to the 3rd power with your calculator. You get 27. We did not multiply yet. We did not use that 2. You bring it down. Here, multiply inside the parentheses 6. I didn't do exponents yet. I'm going to bring this down. And then you can go ahead and solve it. So you can see there are 2 totally different answers just by inserting parentheses. Okay. And one side note, and I know you've heard this from other teachers, and I think I said it in another earlier lesson. You've got to show your steps. It's just mostly because you need to show me that you know how to do it, but also if you get it wrong, I will take less points off. If you don't show me any work and you get it wrong, I'm taking all the points off. If you show me your steps and I can pinpoint exactly where you made your mistake, 1 point off. So it's a huge difference, guys. Okay, so make sure you show your work. Okay, let's try one more. So now we're going to throw in a negative. So again, hang on with me, guys, okay? And then you'll have your own problems to do, but just bear with me here. So here's our problem. So we're getting a little crazy here. So now we have 3 times x squared minus y to the 3rd. So step 1, plug them in. So that's what it looks like. I put in -4 for x, 5 for y, brought everything else down to 3. Again, I inserted parentheses because this is multiplying now. The next thing we're going to do is, well, you have p, parentheses, but there's nothing inside the parentheses to do, so we're going to do exponents. So we know -4 times -4 is 16. 5 to the 3rd is 125. Can you hear my dogs barking in the distance? Sorry. Then we're going to multiply, and then we're going to subtract, and we get -77. Now remember, also, if you really like to do LCO, you could do that here, and you could do your 48 plus a -125, and you get the same answer, okay? So if you want to do LCO, great. If not, and if you just want to plug that into your calculator right away, that's fine as well. So you should get -77 no matter what, okay? So this is what I'm expecting from you. Showing your work, plugging in your numbers, and showing your steps, okay? So let's go on to the next page. And what we're going to do is I would like you to go on, I'm trying to find this here, go on to the next slide, and now I want you to do the same thing. Just a quick explanation of the difference between if I have the square root of x plus the square root of y, how would we solve that in comparison to the square root of x plus y? And remember, this falls in the parenthesis categories. So go ahead on to the next slide.